Trucking with Trentissimo. It's good to survive and thrive. A real kind pastor. This church had 330,000 miles, 35 degrees outside. His name is Craig Altman. And he was a good mentor to me while I was a pastor. I've been a Baptist pastor, an ARC pastor, and I am now a Black Knight. Still Christian, but I don't have a flock per se. But he said this to me. Just dropped the trailer here at Lowe's. He said to me, his main pet peeve that get him upset, mad, angry, or sin is one of them. But it's things that people otherwise do or could control. The thing that frustrated him was incompetence. And it was so interesting because he was a pastor. He was teaching me how to grow my church. And you can see here, that's an empty lane. I counted 4 empty lanes right back where I was. This is a huge lot. I mean, you look, it's gigantic. I'm at Lowe's. There might be 400 to 500 trailers here. This is simply for documentation and teaching points. Life has frustrating moments, and you're going to have to deal with those kind of people that Craig Altman said are incompetent people. So there's another empty lane. Now, how to work through that, I have learned over the years, requires temperance, fortitude, and prudence. Those are the virtues God's called us to practice. Faith, hope, charity, which is willing good for other people. Some understand it's love, faith, hope, neighborly love, prudence, justice, temperance, fortitude. That's a 7. Because I've been here 2 days, and just today up front they told me with the other 14 truck drivers that are in line after a storm waiting, they told us there's no empty lanes. There's another empty lane to drop our trailers. So that's not accurate. It's actually incompetence because it's not true. And I've been waiting. The computer system assigned trailer 171, 143. I'm not going to make a big deal about it to them because it's not my business. It's not my profit. Okay? But when I dropped 40,000 pounds of limestone here 2 days ago, I was looking for an empty they assigned that began with 171. So look right here. People up at the front, they say this is not even on their yard. 171, 143. And I'm going to show you, it's a loaded, sealed trailer. So I've sat for 3 days for a loaded, sealed trailer, 171, 143. And I'm not sure how much stuff is in here that's valuable. The guard station's primary job is make sure no loaded trailer leaves without paperwork. And then if any trailer's leaving, so I checked it the other day, it's sealed and loaded. So I should be picking this one up, but their paperwork's not ready. That was 2 weeks ago. And Lowe's doesn't even know this trailer's on their yard. And they're telling those drivers out there that there's no places they can go put their trailer to pick up a new one. They have to wait till they create a lane so they could drop their empty, which is just not factually accurate or true. So I'm doing my best as a high-functioning, low-spectrum autistic man. I am a certified genius. I've had military training at West Point, which is the most preeminent military academy in the world. And we don't like avoidable mistakes. If you can avoid making a mistake, then that's why they tell us your response should always be to a superior, no excuse, ma'am or sir. No excuse, ma'am. No excuse, sir. But here's the reason, like in this situation. No excuse, ma'am. No excuse, sir. The reason is I've been waiting for 2 days. For some reason, Lowe's does not have in their system a loaded, sealed trailer that was assigned to me. So I can't pull that out because they won't let me leave with it because they don't even recognize it's here. undue delay because of the weather, nobody to blame, and had some misrepresentation unintentionally. See, that was usually what stirred me up. You get 14, 15 truck drivers lined up waiting right there, the whole line of them, not making any money for them or their family, probably 2/3 of the straight mileage. And over a 2-day period, the people that were paid by the hour had given inaccurate information. And I keep getting asked questions, and I can understand like asset protection, but the inquiry of making sure I'm not leaving with something I'm not is secondary to first getting me hooked to a trailer. So I delivered a load here, left with an empty that they assigned, and the empty that I left with today, she said they still showed it on their yard. So those are cluster F's of incompetence. And as a high-function, low-spectrum autistic man, it makes me want to find the dock manager and look him in the eyes and say, you have wasted 15 people's morning who have children and spouses that they need to be making money for, because even the original drop lane was occupied by another trailer. So this is sheer incompetence. And drivers get disrespected and lose money over time more so than they can largely tolerate, because you have budgets. So I don't mind wasting my time, but I give an emotional budget for a live load of about 2 hours because it should take 15 minutes. I give an emotional budget for a hook and drop of about an hour or two because that's how long it should take. And it's been 2 days, and based on industry standards, I don't get paid for that time, and yet paid people keep giving me dead-end routes or bad information. 171, 143 is sitting on their yard loaded. Not my problem. If that's got some kind of merchandise in it, Lowe's don't even know it's here. I cannot continue to diagnose the mechanics of the truck, diagnose the dock manager's stupidity, and otherwise lose money because of incompetence. So that's the point of the teaching. But Pastor Craig said if he had one thing, he's a pastor, it just sent him through the damn roof. It's incompetence. This is incompetence stacked on incompetence. You can get mad about it, but they're getting paid and I ain't. Yeah, waiting to pick up for Kiki, trailer 130, 270. So she said drop the empty and come back out. So
okay, she must want you to park over there.
Yeah, and I'll walk in. Number down? Yeah, she's got. Okay, well, I'll walk back in just make sure. Thank you, sir. So David here, that's one of the security guards. David over there. Kiki are trying to resolve it, but you can only do so much in life to fix problems that are systemic. This is a point of a systemic problem. When you start having lanes you don't know are open and having trailers on the lot that are loaded that you don't even have in your system that are there, that's systemic. So you have to get back to a re-inventory of what all you got on there, what lanes are open, what trailers that you have, and then from there force strict compliance. And unfortunately, for some strange reason, this is the only regional that I've been to that has had such problems. I'll give them grace from the storm. But no, that is like 4 major F-ups of incompetence. Send me to a lane with a limestone load that was already occupied by a different trailer. So I had to pull around, tell her this is the one that's open, and put it in the one that was open. Then as I was leaving, I noticed the loaded one that I should be taking, they wouldn't let me leave with it because of paperwork, so I had to get an empty. Left with the empty that they didn't remove from the system, told to come back the next day, came back the next day, give them the number of the loaded trailer that's sitting right over there. They don't even know that it's there. They tell me to wait because they don't have a lane for me to put the empty in. I showed 4 lanes right there. So Kiki's going to solve it with Austin, hopefully. But what people do not appreciate, as a truck driver, I get paid by the miles. So if I were to tell you, you got to give me every week 2 to 8 hours of free landscaping time. You have to show up at my house, and I will determine after the 2 to 8 hours per week when I'm ready for you to leave. Until then, you do something profitable or sit and wait on my yard for 2 to 8 hours, you would eventually say, I'm not your slave. I'm not your indentured servant. We have a contract, and according to the contract, both Western and Lowe's are breaching to my children and my detriment. So incompetence and disrespect of the working class. Those are common value problems. So I'm glad they haven't scandalized me, but I have been here 2 days. Sometimes what they do is they'll say you have a bad attitude. You're a disciplinary problem because you keep pointing out the factual issues we have not yet brought into correction. If you've got a trailer on your yard that might have $40,000 to $200,000, $100,000 of merchandise, and you don't know it's there, and you've wasted 2 days of my time saying there's not empty lanes to drop my empty so I can get out of here, you're incompetent, and you've breached the agreement with Western, and Western has breached the agreement with me, and everyone except me, the drivers, us, get paid correcting their mistakes that we wait on. So that's 4 mistakes. Wrong lane, I've originally put it in, sitting there loaded, they don't even know it's in their system. There are actually empty lanes, and the number that I will sign, the PO and the bill of lading number, are not even in their system. So 173, a trailer is there, they don't even know it's there, and the bill of lading and PO number signed by Western to them does not even exist. Western believes somebody had already hauled that trailer, which that's not happening. So this is incompetence, breach of contract, which is fine. You can correct mistakes, but I don't want to lose my limited God-given time on teams like this when this is systemic and repetitive. First situation with Lowe's, no, it can get corrected, it was weather, and that's fine. But when it comes to Western Express, every single load has been delivered with a defective truck. Every single load I've had probably wait time in excess of an hour to 2, an hour for live unload, 2 for live unloads, an hour for hook and drop, except for maybe 2 loads where the guy, he knocked it out. George knocked out a 15-minute, and Gustavo knocked out 15 minutes. Besides that, every single vendor has breached the contract, and Western has breached the contract with regards to my time. I'm not here to give away 6 to 8 hours in a day of time to just random people. And the law doesn't allow people to be treated like this without compensation. That's why you have contracts. But when they don't fulfill their end of the contract, there's no lawsuit guarantee. You'd have to spend $5,000 to $20,000 of litigation costs to collect your $2,000 to $1,200 per week that you've been effed. Those are facts. So as a single dad of 5, I don't give a good goddamn about you Western Express fake people. I'm trying to protect your shareholders, and the same with Lowe's. This is a cluster F. And I spent 2 days waiting on it to be resolved. Talked to Brian, Kiki, David, Austin, 2 other people at Western. So if y'all treat people like this and think it's normal, you're not good humans, you're not professional, you don't understand obligations according to the terms of an agreement, and then when you turn and you act like the driver's doing something wrong for defending their time and their family, that makes you a false witness and scandalous. So that has been my trucking experience. I don't know if that's just because of Western Express, but I was told $1,400 per week was guaranteed. I've made every load like a chain, link to link to link to link. On time, the only one that was late was 2 hours late, and I got it 4 hours late, so it was actually earlier than when I got it full time. So these are things that are not good. When I was a trial lawyer, these are matters that I would have talked to a lawyer about, listen to the client and sued on behalf of. But I don't even have time for lawsuits. I'm not trying to be litigious. I'm not being greedy. I'm not trying to get rich on the back of corporate America without providing value-laden services or some product. I simply want y'all to fulfill your contractual end of the agreement because I'm a single dad. Don't be incompetent with me because I'll call you out. Trucking with Trent teaching on that.